Hello, this is Dylan. I'm trying VR mod and recording. It probably looks like shit because my computer is not the newest, but I figured I would quickly do a little walkthrough of Indoor Spaces, which just came out recently. Here we go. Starting in here, this is the intro room. It's just, got some music playing so that you can set the volume in your settings. I've already set mine to about 50%, which is pretty decent. It explains some story mechanics, gives the option to either disable the story mechanics or play through the actual story that I've kind of thrown together. It gives you a chance to group together members of your party before being seated. And then I've got, of course, you see a door, it can be opened. There are 0 unopenable doors on this map. Okay, so for this, if you want to do adventure mode, you press use on the wall, then the little sprite goes over adventure mode. If you want story mode, do the same with that. Then, when you're ready, go over here, and you use the sign. Then all the lights go out. There we go. So this is the start of the map proper here. If we go out this way, you come across our first crossroad. To the left, let's see here. Yep, very faintly. You can hear some piano music up this way. And it stops when you get close to it. Okay, so first stop on our little story exploration here is the first page. You pick these up by interacting with them. You'll read the page in front of you. It's usually going to involve some sort of instructions on how to get to like the next page or a general area describing how the environment is changing around our little note writer or whatever. Hitting use again or backing up away from the page will close it. You're actually not held in place. I know a lot of these point view controls or whatever kind of hold you in place, but this one, walking backward, will lower it if for some reason you're like turned around somehow and can't interact with the button again. Well, why don't we explore over this way as much as we can. First thing you'll see is this main art theater poster I made. This was a little theater for kind of smaller productions and smaller film runs and things in Royal Oak. They demolished it and replaced it with an ugly piece of shit, and I fucking hate them for it. So, okay, so we have the weird cinema kind of area here. You'll see some posters to some of the other maps I made. I like this one quite a bit, actually. As you'll see, I'm a big fan of these weird, like, 70s color gradients. You're going to see that a lot. Like, a lot. I don't know why I like that so much. First things first, let's explore these kitchens. Like the intro room said, there are some doors that are locked. However, they will be unlockable at some point. Okay, let's go this way. So we go through some dark, spooky fucking shit. Ooh. And you'll just have heard some background music kicked in. It's on a constantly running timer for the most part. And also, as you move throughout the map, you accrue and lose mood points on this sliding score of -10 to +10. And depending on where you are in that, I kind of change the playlist a little bit. So, if you're in a particularly spooky area, I'll subtract mood points, and eventually you'll get a kind of spooky little ambient track, and vice versa. So, you can access this paper from both sides. Okay, so, let's see here. We'll wander this kind of theater-looking area for a bit. As you can see, I did do a little bit of little screenshotting in some maps that I really like and made some fun posters of them. I should probably put links in the description to all these. Yeah. We'll come back to that. And hello. Okay, here we go. Oh, we've got another poster. All right, for floating aisles. We have a big old theater. We got the projector booth up there, which we will be seeing inside the projector booth not too long from now. Let's head back out. Okay, continuing on. We got Dream Desert. Absolutely love Dream Desert. Got another concession stand and somebody doing some impromptu repairs in there. We got a little like poster for Endgame, like it's a fucking thriller movie or some shit. It is. I love this map so much. Stop motion, you are fantastic at mapping. Holy shit. And then got a bunch of other posters over here. Got like Golden City, you got GM Frame, you got Brutalist KFC. I'm particularly proud of this poster. You got Cyan Dream Pools, and you got Frutiger Lobby. Let's keep going around here. Amber Metro, classic. We've got another little eatery here. And then, of course, Big City. Let me reset my rotation here. There we go. Much better. You got Brutalist Desolation. One of the members on the Librarian Discord. Love his maps. Fantastic stuff. We've got another cinema over here. And then a hallway, which forks off into two here. We go down this way. Find a weird little room encased in this hallway with even more posters along it. Like over here. We got GM Cabin. God, I wish I could live there. And then from the same creator as Brutalist Desolation, Mr. Milo, we've got Memory Encyclopedia, which does go by a different name on the workshop, so we'll make sure to include that in the links that I add to the description here. And then if we go in over here, as you can see, God, that is really fucking unnerving, isn't it? I hate that. Those do function as well. They have actual cameras on them. Sorry, I'm tied up in knots right now. And we reach a door, which is locked for now. We will be coming back to this door a little later. Okay, continuing back this way. Now that we've exhausted... Wait, hold on. I promised we check out this door. Okay, so, as you can see, very creepy. Definitely does not feel like you should be here. We'll check that out in a moment. Coming up this way, however, will take us on something we've seen before, which is the projection booth. But actually, hold on. If we come over here, certain light switches on the map can be interacted with, actually, as well. Quite a few can, and they will turn on and off the lights. This model here is made by Chrome Angel from the Librarian Discord, and they did a fantastic job. Look at this. Honestly, pretty true to size, too. Holy shit, these things are big. I did throw together a little 35mm... Oh my god, my fucking... my headphone thing just, like, popped up violently. It scared the shit out of me. Got these massive 35mm film, reel holders. They're a little big, but yeah, they do the job. Okay. Coming over here. Got a little storage for all the reels and everything. Looking over this way, we have a locked door, and then the opposite projection booth over here. And that pretty much finishes off this line of inquiry until you get a little further in the story. However, there is one last spot that we can check out. So, right here, this is a little bit special. So, walking into this room, there is a chance to trigger a little spooky event. Okay, come on. You're making me look bad. What the fuck? Trigger the fucking event, motherfucker! Oh my god, it's fucking doing it. I'm crashing out. Motherfucker, why are you... Bitch! I command you. Oh. Well, I mean, it worked. I'll take it, I suppose. So yeah, the ceiling kind of falls apart, and then when you walk on them, it makes a horribly loud crunching sound. Who wanted this? Nobody. So yeah, we got some fun drop ceiling shenanigans. This door here leads back out over at one of the theaters here. We'll back up from that. Oop, shit, come on. And continuing downward, get another hallway here. These two doors will now open up on these couple of little service stations here. Get the little concession counters. This one has a walk-in as well. I did fix the walk-in freezer, was kind of like nuked you a little bit with the incredibly bright neon blue fucking fog. So that's fixed. Thank you for whoever pointed that out. And then you got the other one right here. All right, now that is just about everything. However, there is one final door. Yeah, shit. So now we've got this freaky little area, and I'm kind of hoping that most players are going to be turned off by whatever the fuck is happening down here, but we are going to investigate briefly because this is just kind of a tangential little thing. Okay, let's see here. Drop down. Come on over this way. There's just a little bit of these awkward, flooded hallways here with all sorts of random shit in them, like an industrial area that's been flooded for quite a while. Ugh. Jesus. This doesn't feel great. And now, coming this way, maybe there's a false wall there. Let's go this way first. Now, you might be a little distracted by seeing the hole in the ceiling and then also this, like, arrows pointing into the hallway kind of thing. And you might not notice that a very large pit is right below you. I'm not going to reveal what's in the pit, but there's a lot. So you come this way. You find... Oh, yep, you hear the bong. That means you done good. Let's come back this way now. Come on. Okay, come on. Jesus. Now, let's see here. So this will be our exit. However, I do want to show off one thing over here really quickly. So this is, yeah, there we go. Let's reset that. This is deceptively deep. Looking this way, you might not notice, but it angles down pretty violently here and leads to this. Yeah. Wanted to make a very creepy kind of, not claustrophobic maybe necessarily, but very choking, awkward little spot down here. Come on. Oh my god, swimming in VR is not my favorite. And if you had gone this way, you would also activate that door from here. Yeah, I got some really weird architecture here. I figure that there's a very good chance that some people might not even find this area, so I might as well show it off a little bit. There we go. Oi. It is a little weird to be in fucking water this deep. Not my favorite. Okay, now... Come on. Oh my god. Bitch. Why'd you not want to get up the ladder? Whatever. Now, however, when we come through here, what once was a wall is now a front to the movie theater here, a little entryway. So things can change depending on where you are in the map. Especially in story mode, things can change pretty drastically. So this note over here mentions that we gotta go into a hallway with a staircase to the left, and that we went up the staircase near the piano. Eventually led to what looked like an unfinished apartment. So we are looking... Oops. Hello? We are looking for that unfinished apartment. Why don't we consider the opposite direction? Okay, so this room is home to a little bit of a scare. If we come up this way, oops. Walking a little too close to this light switch, like let's say you're going to test it, turns the lights out on you until you walk away. And then the trigger itself doesn't turn back on for a little while. However, you can turn the lights on and off to your heart's content. So why don't we check out this area here. Dark. Now this area here will be a set piece for later, but right now we're going to keep walking through. It's just kind of this half-finished sort of apartment area. If we look over here, you can see there's a room just past this room here. That will come in handy later. Let's continue on this way. Ooh. This guy locks up, which means we gotta go this way. And you'll see we've got another page. When you pick up a new page, the typewriter sound plays to let you know that you've picked it up for the first time, and then it does not play again. So let's see here. In this one, this is just telling you to go back over to the theater kind of area to let you know that where you were, this guy also was. Let's see here. Also hammers home the locked doors and things of that nature. The fact that these places can kind of change. So why don't we go this way? Because this is locked for now. We got this kind of weird interior space here, like a bedroom or part of some weird ass house. Got a fan there. Oh, right. The light switch also will turn itself on and off at random, so you might end up coming back on this area with all of the lights off. Don't like that. You can also see through to that little staircase up to the theater there. So why don't we head back this way? Oh, I do like doing this quite a bit, where I telegraph where you'll be able to find later a little while earlier than you're actually able to get to them. Kind of helps with that sense of progression. Oh my god. Fucking like, how the fuck does Librarian or anyone that does this shit routinely do it? This is really hard to do in VR. Okay, so here we have that unfinished apartment. I'm particularly proud of this, actually. The shadows look very nice in this room. Actually, I'll turn that off for a moment. Definitely has a good vibe to it. And then this like unfinished drop ceiling here. You can see the cables and everything. I like playing with these construction lamps. They're like eyes in the dark. They kind of lead you on a little bit. Definitely light and dark are the biggest things I use to keep you moving in the direction, or hopefully moving in the direction that I want you to be moving in. So here we've come across the rundown apartment, and here's another fun scare. If we come over this way, oh, I guess the trigger for it went off, but if you look up here when you're in these two windows, the light switch up there in that room will turn off as you're looking at it, which I thought would be extra paranoia inducing. Looking out here, you've got a weird kind of interior alleyway almost. The faux sky up there. That faux sky motif definitely shows up quite a bit on this map. Continuing on, we go through this dingy apartment, lots of graffiti and damage. And then up here, you see this kind of like transition of paint. You've got this nice fresh coat of paint, like this area has been renovated from an otherwise abandoned unit. Okay, let me get situated again. Shoop. And yoink. There we go. So, again, you got the nice control there. Actually, check. So that is where we were just a moment ago. The whole kind of thing here just wraps around and around and around. You can see a couple of windows that have some intense blinds action going on there. That is actually pretty cool. Then we've got my, I don't think it's Doom Cute, but I guess like Gold Source Cute little typewriter here. I just took a picture of my actual typewriter's keyboard and badly stretched it so I could copy paste it onto this. And then we've got two more pages. These ones, picking them up, kind of change things a little bit. There's now, if we close this and we look out in this hallway, there's now a door here. This was a solid wall a moment ago, but there's now a door. And then likewise, if we look at this one, that, whoops. Normally you don't see that. But opening up pages will also change the I keep forgetting about that. Will also change the environment quite a bit. So make sure you keep reading them. So this one is describing a hotel-looking kind of area. So actually what we're going to do now is we are going to, well, let's see actually. So when it says here, returning a half-finished apartment, grown an elevator shaft, non-functional, managed to find a ladder to get down. So if we go, before we go through that door there, why don't we head back through the apartment here. Okay. And now, you can see a little light peeking around the corner here, and a door that didn't exist before. As you can see, we got ourselves a funky little elevator shaft. So, if we hop off here, you can either go up this way and climb this ladder, which then you walk across here, another camera that tracks you, and when we come out this way, we'll open up on the dance floor. Always got to include a dance floor. This time, I've got these big, overly sized decks. You can see I got a nice floor that turns on whenever the music goes. I think this one's got 4 tracks. Let's see here. It's the second one, third one. Yep. And then 4th one. Perfect. So, yeah, just as per usual, I just included a fun little dance floor to fuck around on. These are all various album covers I've made. These ones specifically are some fun, like, geometric designs that I've done. And some of these albums have some tracks on the OST here, especially Hollow, Lonely in Between, the Ambient Collection, things of that nature. Those are all featured pretty heavily on here. Okay, so there's a little bit more here, but I think actually we're going to save this and get back on the main track again. So let's do that. Sweet, and then... Oopsies. Okay, so now we're on the lower floor. This opens up on what I call bathroom hell. Yo. And that is because there's a lot of bathrooms, and then you've got these weird fucking cursed stalls. They're awful. And then you've got chest urinal. So actually, let's follow this really quick, because this actually doubles back on an area that we've already been at the very beginning. So, I couldn't get rain brushes to actually work correctly, so I instead opted for an animated texture here. It works surprisingly well, actually, even in VR. And then, with this room, like many others, we can turn off the lights. Maybe wait a minute. Come on. Oh, Jesus, that's bright. Holy fuck. So, you got a nice, thundery little area here. This I'm quite proud of. Gotta love a little lightning strike to reveal some spooky thing. And here we've got a nice little phone cubby there. Love those. And this leads on to an area that we've actually seen if we go through this door, and specifically this door. We are now down on the floor of this little alley area. In fact, up there is that room with the typewriter. And then this door here is locked, as well as the door that's up here at the top of this. Now, we'll come back to this area in a little bit. It's not relevant at the moment, but as you can see, we are already making connections like crazy. Let's continue along here. Lots of empty rooms, people moving out. What up? What up? What up? Oh, wow. Okay, let's see here. Most of these rooms are just kind of here to facilitate loopbacks to places like this. Some are little set pieces like that dropping chair kind of scare. Others just kind of are weird little room designs like this. This almost feels like some bizarre kind of bifurcated living dining room sort of thing. There's an awkwardly long bar here as well. And of course only one side lit. Very unnerving. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. My little cardboard boxes that I made. I got them keep uprighted. Now, leaving there, we continue down this way. Got that room there, which we've already seen. These are kind of curious. You see it's a mirror. Or is it? Or is it not a mirror? Huh? Wow. But then when you come this way, oh look, it's not a mirror again. And then if we go this way... Wait, shit. So basically it's randomly turning a mirror and this like faux glass pane or whatever on and off. I like the effect of that. That is uniquely freaky when that works. However, we have reached an area we've been before. This is that exit door that didn't work before. So, now that we're back over this way, why don't we go ahead and get back to where we were? Oh. I guess this door opens now. I thought it opened later. Well, so this is cuck chair room. If you approach the cuck chair, you are punished. Now, this room, there is a fun trigger here. I think it works in both adventure and story first time, but when you walk through... Oh, that's really freaky. Did I just hear a damn light switch change too? Ooh. Wait. See, that's supposed to trigger something. How interesting. However, I guess I can show you this. This is that room from before. If we look out here on the very dark hallway, we're now inside of this bedroom. Okay, anyways, let's continue back this way. So now we want to go over here. Whee! Okay, so now we ignore that door, and we instead come over here. I like this area quite a lot. This is particularly cozy. I'll turn off my flashlight for this. Okay. Walk through the hedge maze. And now we end out on the hotel. Okay. So, we've got like a little breakfast nook here in the hotel area that they were describing. And if we come over here, we get another thing here. Describes finding a way to get back to that red room we were just in. If we come through these swoopy halls, very similar to the kind of theater area, then we end up back here. Oh God. It was really freaky dark. Holy shit. Oh, I hate that. So yeah, that ends up back here. And if we look around here a little bit, there is another door. Continuing along this way, we find another note. So this one is where it gets a little spooky. This one's basically just describing that now there is an elevator back out in the lobby, which if we run back around, actually if we open this, this is behind the counter right here. We come back this way, and now we go back through these nice swoopy exit sign laden halls, and you'll see, ooh, 3 ATM become 1 ATM wall disappear. So if we go in the elevator, okay, there we go. And just wait. Okay, so the note mentioned ignored the white, followed the blue. So we're going to follow the blue. Now I will be skipping over one very cool thing in here, because I want you to... Well, no, I probably should actually show this off so people know what to do. So we're going to be greeted by me.
Around the corner. Hold on. Hello, and welcome
I hate him.
to the gallery.
Fuck me.
If you need
This is so weird.
feel free to come and
Face
visit
me, you little
I
shit.
can offer some insight on certain pieces here in the gallery.
Face me.
I'll just be over here. Enjoy the gallery.
You say gallery too much. Okay, so this is me, or my little homunculus. He follows you when you press use on him.
Yep, can do.
He's also lip synced. That's kind of cool. I couldn't figure out how to make him look at you like at the right times, but whatever. So now, if he is following us, any image in the gallery here marked with a little purple dude like this, those, if you look at them,
After getting my contact's 2A rangefinder back from repairs,
he starts blabbing.
Look
at him.
To get a few shots of moss. It had just rained earlier in the day.
Oh, and
so
then
he
if
wants to be
if you
extra
want to
happy, and
interrupt
wasn't
him,
wrong. I'll stay right here.
hit use and it cuts him off. Just a little hint. Also, do be advised, when he is not following you and you're near him, he might make little idle sounds. He might like whistle a tune or hum a song or something. Just be advised. It might scare the shit out of you. More than just seeing him run out of the darkness will. So this is odd. Why don't we look here? They mentioned numbered hallways. 2 is locked. 1 is locked. So now, let's try 3. Ooh, unlocked. Almost like it's on purpose. Wow. What? Don't you fucking laugh at me. Ooh, wow. Okay, this door is locked for now, but it is only because I want to funnel players into My House 3. This is all 3 of these little things on this hallway are somewhat less crude than normal recreations of houses I've either lived in or whatever. Like here, we've got my little entryway mirror. We've got my jukebox right here. You might recognize this layout actually from Places from Film. I want to say had a version of my living room like this. The jukebox, of course, does work. Honestly, this is actually pretty close to scale. Holy shit. It's a little bit too wide, but, like, that's not bad. Okay. Anyways, coming this way, we've got this weird little hallway. And opening this door is something I've just updated today, actually, which is another minigame. In this case, it is film dev. Same as the other notes, you can press E on it here to read it. Like this says, pour first developer in, then color developer, and Blix, and hang film to dry. So, looking at these, why don't we move forward, grab this, and then why don't I maybe make sure I'm not going to bump something. So you get it close to this. Oh, I've already done first dev, so whatever. Color dev. Okay. No, can't do color dev again. Now you got to do the Blix. Wow. Magical. I'm agitating the film. Cool, cool, cool. Now, behind us, that up there is the drying rack. So let's spin around. And now, we have a little strip of film. You got some 35 here. That's pretty close to scale. These are an assortment of little slide shots that I've taken. And then up there, you've got a shot of the jukebox, actually. So yeah, I added that. Just a fun little thing. That's actually literally where I do my film developing, so you can join me in developing hell. Okay, page. This is what we're here for. This one lets you know that it's some serious My House shit going on here. Let's see here. More rooms are opening up. The construction area near the unfinished apartment. It keeps changing when I'm not looking. So that's describing that area where we got locked out of, where the door kind of slammed on us. So why don't we take a little jaunt that way. I'll leave these freaky concrete hallways for you to explore, specifically. There's a lot of them, and they connect all 3 houses, so have fun with that. Also, oven. Pocket door. Okay, so now, however, that we've picked up that page, this door is now open, and if you're guessing that this was the alleyway, you are correct. We are now up top here in the alley. There's a lot of verticality to this map. Holy shit. So yeah, you can take this ladder down there and you'd be back where we started. In fact, actually, that might be the smartest decision. Let's do that really quickly, and then I'm thinking we'll use the rainy house as a shortcut here. Okay, cool. Now, let's see here. Unfinished construction area. That's going to be... Oh, now the light's on. Jesus. Yeah, these lights turning off is a nightmare sometimes. You'll just hear them turning on and off sometimes when you're not even close to them. So, the unfinished construction area describes this little spot here. Let's see here. So right here, the goal is to get through that door. However, watch this. This was one of the first things I actually set up for this map, but if we go over here now, this door is now the locked one, and this one is instead open. Just these big, empty, half-finished rooms. This here, I like this kind of imagery. It's almost blinding. But you'll notice the door is gone. This is the room we came in from, and we were looking at a door right here. So that prompts you then to come back the way you came, right? You keep coming this way. And when you're here, You see the door again, and you see a new door. So now, this door is here, and so is this. This weird concrete structure is kind of the end game. So you got the second to last page here. Basically details that down there is a maze. It is weird compared to everything else you've seen so far. This is fairly alien. And there's some sort of glowing shape down here that they found particularly mesmerizing. So why don't we... You know what? There's a quicker way to do this. Whee! So it's pretty tall. Also, the music cuts out, so it's a little ominous. Let's start the maze. So the maze has a couple of kind of diegetic hints here. One of them is these dangling cables you see. My thought was that people would follow these back. Like, watch this. If we keep coming through here, you'll see them all kind of converge over this way. Yep. And you can turn the lights on. There's not many of them, but they do offer some amount of light in here, which is definitely something you're going to want. However, if you keep following each and every one of these tendrils out, sometimes they end in a little thing. Like walking forward here reveals a secret room. And in this secret room is the first of the funny little mesmerizing shapes. So we wait for a little drive-through tray to come forward. We pick him up. And he goes back in. So now we have this weird little uranium pellet. Oh my god, that is like absolutely mesmerizing. Holy shit. If we walk back through some of these weird little areas here, obviously the average player isn't going to know exactly where to go here. Like, I've got a rough idea of where to head in this area. Oops. So not accidentally block the flashlight. This big, thick kind of hallway trunk here is sort of the main backbone of this maze. And leading to the end of this hallway, you will find this area. This is where the ritual will occur. Bringing an object down here, you get a little light telling you you've done good. And then I made these little shelves specifically for VR, mostly because trying to bend down and grab things is nearly impossible. Let's continue. So you'll see several wires going over into this corner here. So let's check that out. It's not well lit, but it's lit. We keep going. Okay, now, this is the last page. There were more, 3 total, find the center, take them there. So, you find 3 of these things, you take them to that little middle area. And here is numero dos. There we go. Let us make haste. Whee! Fuck. When you have the lights on, it starts a random timer, or rather the timer's always running, but when you've got the lights on, when the timer fires, it cuts the lights and plays the spooky music. So, I kind of forgot about that. Alright, so what we can do, however, is we can turn lights back on at the very least. So that's good. Now we're just missing one shape, and I can show you exactly where that is right now. If we run back the way we came up this way, we will find an exceptionally dark hallway. Now, if we go this way, here it is. Oh, wait. Oh no, I'm in the wrong. Shit, hold on. Well, apparently I also get lost in here. Holy shit, this is a fucking maze for a reason. Now, there is also this little bastard. If you have lights on, and you remove this from its pedestal... Whoops! It restarts the music. Okay, maybe I'll fix that. But yeah, basically that I figured that way if somebody's breezing through this puzzle a little too quickly and they happen to figure out how to turn on the lights, I'll do a little lighthearted punishment for them for picking up the square, for picking up the cube, kind of pulsing, glowing shape. And now that we have all three, you'll see the altar opening. So this will bring up a little concrete altar. And as the arrows imply, you want to put them in there. Okay, let's do the hardest shapes first. I've always had problems with this stupid cylinder. Like that. Nope. Oh, you fucking asshole. Get on there. Let's do this without the fizz gun. Now, don't worry if it seems like, you didn't get all three shapes on the altar, as long as they're close to the altar or fall inside of there or whatever. It counts. I wanted to make it a little more lenient, because weird shit can happen. It is a physics source kind of thing. All the lights turn orange, and then... wahoo! Hello? Ah! Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! So, after that little brief ascension, we are in weird liminal concrete hell. But the music's good. So, this is the typical museum area. In this one, I've made some miniatures of some previous builds, like these two, or well, three, from GM After Hours. You've got the floating aisle from Floating Isles, and you've got this funny little building from Places from Film. Continuing onward, we have my wife and me. She's down there, beading. What? She's down there doing her next hobby that she's acquired in the past 2 weeks. This is a miniature of the maze and everything. You can see the cylinder room over there. You can see the spot where we ascended over there. You got the triangle there. Square should be over that way. So... quite cool. I am pleased with that. That's a little secret fun Easter egg that you can find on your own. Here you can see my old brushwork, like Doom cute, shitty little 35mm projector. Looks more like some weird combine apparatus from the first Half-Life 2. And then you've got, oh my god, Chrome Angel's work is just so fucking good. Look at that. Got a big old thanks board here. The usual. If we go this way, this is kind of a sneak preview. Obviously, you can play this map currently, but this is a little miniature to show off. GM_Fort Kresge. This is the former Kmart headquarter building. Massive, sprawling, like almost million square foot office complex for the Kmart building, or for the Kmart Corporation, since the 70s until the mid 2000s. Here, I've got some of my pictures that I actually got of the demolition itself. Specifically, this area that you're looking at right now would be... I want to say that it's this. You're looking actually at roughly this area here. That wall right there is that edge there. So... yeah, such a cool building. I'm still pissed they let this thing rot for as long as they did. There was all these courtyards and shit. So, over here, this is the hammer room. As you can see, it's a little bit out of date, but I also really don't care to update it. This is how dense the map looks in Hammer. It is an unbelievable nightmare to try and do any work in the core of the map, and cordons are for pussies. And then I've got my name and shame board. That 407% entity one is a little bit bad, but it's fine. Now, as it said, we wish to exit the museum. We only need to go down this hallway. And this hallway might look a little familiar. In fact, this might look a little familiar, huh? Wait a minute. Oh, that's freaky. I like that. That's it. No ending. It just loops. That's the ending. Ooh. The ending is literally that it is just a loop. Now, unfortunately, you can't do the ritual again. That is a one-time thing. But I figure this way you can get dumped back out here and kind of explore some areas you might have missed before. So, yeah, that is the rough flow of story mode here in GM Indoor Spaces. And there's quite a bit more to see. Here, I can kind of show. Hold on, toggle no clip. If we go up a ways. So, taking a look at this map, you can see that it is monstrous. And it's not just monstrous, it is three-dimensional. If I now plunge down a little bit this way, taking a look at this, you can see all of the layers that occupy the space here in indoor spaces. You can see the activated ritual down there, the orange lights. You can see the library over there, the unfinished apartment, this graffiti-laden, kind of run-down apartment, the ending area and museum. You've got all sorts of shit all over. Here's some of my houses, the gallery, the cinemas over here. Yeah, this is massive. It is really big. It is huge. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. I recommend you give it a shot if you want to, and I hope that this has been at least marginally helpful if, let's say, you were stuck and didn't know exactly where to go. So, anyways, I'm going to get this fucking headset off. Holy shit, it is warm. Bye. Ugh.